Hey guys, Chris here from SideHustleAcademy.com, here with another video for you. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about ConvertKit versus GetResonse. Now, some of you may know that I've been somebody who's been using GetResonse for quite some time, but recently I made a change. I switched to ConvertKit. And there's a lot of reasons why and why I decided to make this happen. And I'm going to talk about that in this video. Now, to start, I've used a lot of different email providers to send out my emails for my blog. Everyone from Aweber, MailChimp, GetResonse, and now ConvertKit. And while I think all of them are great, I think ConvertKit is the way to go. It was created by a guy by the name of Nathan Barry, who is actually a UX designer who designs websites to functionally work better and easier to use, and he's done that with ConvertKit here. And in fact, if you look at the top menu for ConvertKit, they keep it very simple. You got forms, you've got automation, you've got sequences, broadcast, and subscribers. So they don't give you all these fancy options. They make it really simple though, and that's if you're somebody that's looking for a simple email provider to do your emails for you, you're going to love this product because this is exactly what this is. And I know personally for me, it has been life-changing for my email list because now I feel like I've got more control over my list and what I'm doing here. So to get started here, first off, when you're first logged in, this is the page you're going to get. So you're going to see your subscriber count and how many people you have, and you can also see the forms that you've got putting together. So for example, the one of the main forms I have for my site is this one right here. It's just this, it goes to an API to another plugin that I use called Bloom, which is used by Divi. Some of you may not know what that is, but that's fine. It's just you can use the forms that ConvertKit provides, but again, that's pretty standard stuff right there, and it works really well. So second, just to jump in real quick here, subscribers. This to me is the key cornerstone to ConvertKit. If you don't like anything else about what I are not going to listen to anything else I'm going to tell you here, this is the best part about ConvertKit right here, and that is the tagging feature. This feature allows me to tag people and put them, basically group them in a way to put them where their interests lie. So for example, or it might be putting them there where, so for example, one way I do use my list, so when somebody comes into my my brand for the first time, I take them through an indoctrination series, which basically introduces them to me and what I'm doing. So after they complete that series, they then go on this right here, the Side Hustle Academy newsletter list or tag. So that basically lets me know, hey, this person has been through the indoctrination series, and now I can start sending them my regularly scheduled newsletters. And the great thing about this is now they're not going to get a newsletter when I'm doing my indoctrination series. And with ConvertKit, one thing I want to point out here is that they don't do this very well. ConvertKit does not, or not ConvertKit, GetResonse, does not allow you to do that very well. It's very clunky and it's very hard. I've messed around with their automation stuff a really little bit, and it was so hard to understand and get going with that I just found myself in this point where all I wanted to do is just send out autoresponders. I guess autoresponders work, but with ConvertKit, you can do this with just simply a couple of clicks. Seriously, it's not that tough. So again, I set up these tags. These are just a few of the tags. I'm going to be adding a lot more as I go, but what's great, just as another example, I recently sent an email out talking about the Amazon merch program, which is a way for people to create their own branded t-shirt business through Amazon. I created an entire article about it, and what's nice is when I send an email out to my list, I put a tag along with that link, so anybody who clicked it, well, they're probably interested in merch at some point here, or doing some type of merch program, which I tag them, and now I have people who are interested in that topic. And if I decide to send them a particular offer or another piece of content, I can target that group of people specifically because I know that that's what they like. So you can also do other things like segments and stuff like that too. They also do the same thing, kind of the same thing, but you could take a segment or you could group a couple of tags together to make a segment of people. So very, very valuable and hugely valuable. Well worth it though. So next we have broadcast. The broadcast thing works like any broadcast does from any other autoresponder or email provider. You just create the email, you send it out. I mean, you can kind of see some of the things I get here. I'm getting a 24.5% open rate. I'm getting a 2.3% click-through rate. I'm getting some pretty cool stuff here. And it works in much the same way as any other broadcast, so it's not really different. But the only thing I can say, though, is that the editor to construct your emails in is top notch. The one in GetResonse is very clunky. I've never liked it. In fact, I usually wrote my emails in like Word or a Google Doc, and then I would bring it over to GetResonse because it was just so clunky in their editor. So I'll have to say that the editor here in ConvertKit is top notch. So I definitely like that. Next, we have sequences. Sequences, basically what this means is that when somebody signs up, so as an example, I talked about my indoctrination sequence that I have, that when people sign up to my newsletter in Side Hustle Academy, they're going to get a series of emails. So in this instance, they're going to get a 4-part series of emails. So they're going to get 40 emails over a series of about 3 days. And this is what the emails will look like. And it just shows, I mean, what's nice about this is, I have to say this because with GetResonse, this was a little clunky as well. With this, I can edit this email, and I want to jump into this email real quick here. If I want to jump into this email, boom, there I am. And what's nice is I can hop between emails, any of these emails really quick. GetResonse, you can't do that. You actually have to, with GetResonse, you have to go through a series of different steps with every single email. And if you're trying to really cut time, it doesn't work very well, and it's not very easy and well constructed. This process, so much simpler. I definitely like this, and I definitely give the guys at ConvertKit props for this, because I just love to be able to switch between my emails really quick and create things on the fly. So, and then finally we have automation. So once you've created a sequence, the next step is to go in and set up your automation. So I'll just show you my Side Hustle Academy automation. This is the basic automation I'm starting with. So when somebody signs up to the Side Hustle Academy newsletter, they're going to sign up through this form, or the API form that I have set up, and then they're going to go into my indoctrination series, which is that sequence I just showed you. They're going to go through that entire sequence, and then once that is complete, they're going to get a tag assigned to them that's going to say that they are now on my Side Hustle Academy newsletter. So as you can see, that is increasingly simple. That is so simple. And now I know exactly where my audience is at. And the best thing is, I could add multiple tags here. I could say, well, now if I offered them a specific offer, I could also say this person has seen this particular offer. So that way, when I go to offer it to people again, I know who saw it and who didn't, and I can filter my list based on who saw it and who did it. So again, there's so many incredible things that you can do with this. And my mind personally is just turning with tons of ideas that I could do here. And literally, this is just a small bit of the things that you can do with this. I know it looks very simple on the outside, but it is so interesting and so powerful to your email that I know a lot of top name people have switched to this, like Pat Flynn, Cliff Ravenscraft, and Mark Mason from the Late Night Internet Marketing podcast. Those guys have all switched to this. They've been recommending it for a while. I've been on the fence for a long time about this, and I've used a bunch of other email providers, but none have stacked up to what this provider has to offer. So if you are interested in, definitely want to sign up. I do offer an affiliate link below this video. If you are interested, definitely check it out. It's well worth the time and money. So again, my name is Chris Horadady with Side Hustle Academy. Thanks for watching.